Let's talk about Optimism token. So the Optimism token is OP, and it's doing pretty well at the moment, I guess. It's up 11%, 12% today, so it's doing rather well. But what I want to talk about is the amount of coins, the tokenomics of the project. Well, actually, before I do that, let's just talk about quickly what it is. So it's Ethereum scaled. It's an L2 blockchain. It's very much like Matic, as far as I can gather. Fast, stable, scalable Ethereum. So Optimism is a fast, stable, and scalable L2 blockchain built by Ethereum developers for Ethereum developers, built as a minimal extension to existing Ethereum software. Optimism's EVM, so Ethereum Virtual Machine equivalent architecture, scales your Ethereum apps without surprises. If it works on Ethereum, it works on Optimism. A fraction of the cost. So in other words, it's going to reduce the gas fees. So everybody knows how expensive Ethereum can be. So Optimism basically reduces the fees. And if you think about Polygon, Matic, okay, that does same thing. Polygon believes in Web3 for all. Polygon is decentralized Ethereum scaling platform that enables developers to build scalable, user-friendly apps with low transaction fees without ever sacrificing on security. So Optimism and Polygon Matic are very, very similar, except there's a big difference in the tokenomics. Optimism hasn't been around as long as Matic, as far as I can gather. So if you look at the tokenomics, so this is Optimism. Now you look at the market cap, it's 338 million, roughly speaking, and the fully diluted market cap is 6 billion. So in other words, that's the amount of kind of tokens that are out, roughly speaking. I mean, I get a little bit confused, like circulating supply and market cap. But anyway, whatever figure you want to use, this is the amount of tokens that are going to be out, okay, fully diluted. So when all the tokens come out, so tokens usually have this vesting period where every so often tokens get released. Okay, and as a token gets released, it obviously reduces the value of the token down because it's more diluted. All right, it's not worth as much. It's, you know, think about quantitative easing. Yeah, so if you look at it from a sort of monetary perspective, where banks or governments release loads of money, okay, and just push loads of money into the economy. All right, and that's what's caused inflation in our current monetary environment, where banks have released loads of money. So this is the same thing. Now, if you look at the, let's turn that on a bit. Oh, it's going to be bright. So if you just do the maths, the sums. So if you just divide those two numbers, the 337 million divided by the 6 billion plus, you get 5%, okay, 0.05, roughly 0.5. So that means there's another 95% of the tokens yet to be released. So in theory, what needs to happen is, over the next however few years that these tokens get released, in order for the price to just stay the same, if we call it 5%, okay, just for easy maths, if we call it 5% of the total supply is out at the moment, we got 20 times the amount of tokens to be released, okay? So that means we need 20 times as much money to buy those tokens to keep the price the same 20 times. Now, if you compare that to, say, Polygon, Matic, right? Look at here, the market cap, 7.8 billion, all right, as opposed to 8.9 billion. So just do a quick math, 7.8 over 8.9. Okay, 7.8 divided by 8.9, okay. 87%, okay. So in other words, there's only 13% of the total supply to be released, all right. So that is a huge, huge difference between Optimism and Matic. To me, Matic does the same job as Optimism pretty much. Let me know in the comments if I'm completely wrong about this, but to me, it seems like Optimism, if you buy some Optimism tokens, then they're going to get really diluted. You know, you're going to have a lot of money pumped into this project to just stay where you are. Whereas Matic, you've only got 13% of the tokens to be released. And therefore, the amount of money that has to go into the Matic project is not as much, okay, to stay where you are. And soon it'll be deflationary in a way, because once it really reaches 100%, then people will start losing the Matic tokens. So it becomes deflationary because people lose the tokens in wallets and things like that. So it becomes scarcer over time. And so Optimism's a long, long way to go for it to be fully diluted. So that's where I am with the Optimism token. So let me know in the comments what you think about Optimism. Are you going to invest in it? Do you think, you know, are you concerned about the tokenomics, you know, the vesting period and that kind of thing? Does that concern you at all? Have you thought about it?